Hello everyone. Following last video, uh, this video is to demonstrate how we can use how we summarize the content of digest. Because it's just the digest just tell you what the decision, the core decision, the ideas of the decision, and which could be much more concrete and help us to navigate in the real case. And let's start with Article 11. Yeah, the digest of Article 11. We just see the first paragraph of the introduction of freedom from the requirement, freedom from the form requirement. And there is a lot of ideas, although it is a small paragraph. There are very interesting and important ideas just contained in this small paragraph. We need to separate it out and put into a more conceivable forms that help us to memorize and helps us to help us to understand, and later then we can apply it on real case. So I recommend all of you to use this this software is X-mind that help us to build a mind map, which is very helpful to me. So let's look into this introduction. So this introduction tells us what are the ideas of the freedom from form requirement. Firstly, we just read sentence by sentence. Subject to the Article 12, Article 11 provides that a contract of sale need not be concluded in writing and is not subject to any other specific requirement as to form. So the provision does establish a principle of freedom from form requirement. So the central idea of this paragraph is principle of freedom from form requirement. So let's open this. Yeah, the central idea. Principle of freedom from form requirements. Okay, we established a central idea here. And what is the underlying idea? Okay, let's see. According to one code, this means that under Article 11 CISG, a contract of sale can be concluded informally. Yeah, concluded informally. Okay, the first underlying idea, concluded informally. Okay, then without a need for a writing requirement to be met. So the second idea is a writing requirement is not needed. Okay. Writing is not needed. Okay. And then, which in turn has led one code to state that for the purpose of contract conclusion, a party's signature was not required. So the third idea is signature was not required. Party, one of the parties, the party's signature is not required. Okay. So let's see. We have three ideas. Then, in light of the foregoing, it is unsurprisingly that some court stated that under the convention of a contract, can be concluded orally. So orally conclude one contract, and then even through the conduct of the parties, so the contract can be established by oral agreement and also by parties' conduct. Okay, these two ideas just added in our mind map. So orally concluded, and also here, sorry, no, I just okay, here the here okay, it's a conclusion, the contract conclusion by conducts. Okay, so we finished this basic idea and the content and underlying ideas of principle of freedom from requirement, and we get 5 underlying ideas. Firstly, a writing is not needed to establish a contract, and it could be concluded informally, not writing, and the signature is not necessary, and also it can be orally concluded or even through conducts of the parties. Okay, so that is a demonstration for you, and actually I have another version that also show you that it could be there is I just missed one thing, yeah, because it's on the second paragraph. If certain form requirements agreed prevails the CISG, what it means if the parties agreed in a contract that certain conduct shall be done in writing. So the agreement on this part prevails the CISG. Yeah, if the parties just explicitly or informally agrees on this point, then it prevails the CISG's form requirement freedom. Okay, so let's go to another part. On the second part of this video, I want to demonstrate how to summarize a CISG cloud case. So remember on the footnote 5 here. In last video, I mentioned in the cloud case 828 is a Holland case, Netherlands case in 2007, and it's very interesting. And let's go to the cloud case. I just downloaded from the website and put here. I can put here. Cloud case 828. That is the yeah. Okay, that is the PDF, and we have it case 822 on page 4. Now here, I give it as a code name as Dutch trees. Okay, it's an extract. It's a summary of the case, and we need to summarize this. We need to summarize this summary. So let's see the case. Yeah, concerned with CISG article. Here's the article concerned with this case, and the net is decided by the Court of Appeals of this city. Yeah, and in 2007. And the plaintiff or the appellant in this case is a Dutch person, and his role is the seller, and the second party we call it respondent, and is a German is a German company, in the position of buyer. The name of this German company is Kastenfelder Bauschulen, Pflanzenhandel. So it's they just buy trees from this Dutch person. Yeah, and here the first paragraph is the fact, and the second paragraph and the third and the fourth paragraphs refers to certain issues. Yeah, and we need to summarize what happened and what issue is that, and what the ideas of the code on that issues. So let's just look into the first paragraph. The appellant, that Dutch person or the seller, entered into a contract with respondent, the buyer, a German company, for the sale and delivery of trees. The buyer, respondent, however, did not pay the entire purchasing price and claiming non-conformity of the goods. And it also claimed back a certain amount as compensation. And the appellant claimed that amount and of the unpaid amount of the respondent. And in this case, it's a simple one. The fact is simple, that the buyer has sold trees to the seller in Germany, to the buyer in Germany, and the German buyer just received the trees and found it is not conform with the quality of the contract of the country said. So he refused to pay the full amount. But the seller has argued that I'm not the trees is not is conforms what I have promised. So he claimed the rest of the amount. Okay. So the first paragraph is about an issue that whether the CISG applied to this case, and the second is who is the real seller, because in this case the seller is a Dutch person. Actually, that Dutch person has several companies. He just issued the invoice not on his own name, but on the company's name, on certain company's name. But he received the payment in his own private account. So in the first this case, this decision is a second instance decision. In the first instance, the Dutch person has lost this case because the judge in the first instance consider the real seller is a Dutch company, not a Dutch person. So he just rejected his claim. But in the second instance, the higher court just have a different idea. So I just look into the each paragraph, and try to summarize with my map. Due to the time constraint, I just demonstrate what I have done. And okay, so here I just write cloud 828 dot trees, and the fact. Here the seller, the Dutch person, the buyer, the German co, and is regarding the sale of trees, and the issue is non-conformity and the full payment. The buyer should, the seller should for the remaining purchase price. Yeah, I just summarized in this 4-pointed. And the first question is the CISG applicable? And I just summarize in 3 points. Firstly, the both parties resided in contracting states. One is in Germany, the other is in Netherlands. So the both of these 2 countries are CISG contracting state. And second, the goods, the transaction, the object of this contract is the trees, which is applicable to CISG, and they have no explicit agreement to exclude the application of CISG. So the first question means yes. And the second question is who is the person, who is the stater? The Dutch person or the company owned by the Dutch person? Because we know a company is a legal person in legal character, separated from the owner, the shareholder. So the contract parties is who? Per the Dutch person or the company. So I just summarize in 7 points, that 8 points regarding this question. And in this case, the court just pay attention to the who is this question should be decided according to all the circumstances, not only by the writings or not only by the contract, not only by something. Yeah, just we have to consider all the circumstances. And firstly, the catalog indicating the Dutch person's corporate company. Yeah, and the letterheads or that they're dealing with each other. The letters with its letterhead indicating the company, and the invoice is by another company, so it's a little complicated. Maybe the Dutch person doesn't want to show itself; he just want to bury himself in different company names. Yeah, maybe for tax purposes. And the money paid to the Dutch person is paid to the private account, personal account. And the check was written to the seller's personal name. And the buyer claimed on both Dutch person and his company. So, yeah, for the buyer, is none. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, company or the Dutch person. For the buyer, he just want to claim back the money, or just don't want to pay the remaining amount. And the most important, the buyer never show up in the court. So the court has to decide this case only on the prima facie evidences. Okay, so that is my demonstration of how we can summarize one case with this mind map. That I hope this could help you very much, and in this legal articles. Okay, so thank you very much, and I wish we can have a lot of fun reading these interesting cases and digestive. Bye bye.